Hi guys, welcome back to my Genshin back video. In this video, you will find best 5 artifacts for Ayaka. As Cryo DPS, Ayaka needs artifacts that can increase her damage. Here you can see the top 5 artifacts which can be used for Ayaka. It is ranked from the most recommended to the not so recommended. As for the stats, Ayaka should prioritize critical rate or damage than attack. For Circlet, I recommend you to use critical damage, cryo damage for Goblet, and attack percent for Hourglass. And for substats, the most important stats is critical rate or damage. Try to make 1 to 2 ratio, after that attack percent, and finally a little bit of energy recharge will help you to cast her burst more frequently. So let's take a look deeper on these artifacts, starting from the best one, Blizzard Strayers. This one is my favorite for obvious reasons. Critical rate. As you know, DPS characters always want to have nice critical rate and damage stats, which is hard to get because of the artifacts RNG system. So by using this set, you can simply focus on your critical damage stats. Ayaka is also able to easily maintain cryo effect on the enemy, as she can imbue her attack by cryo simply by dashing or right click. So you get at least 20% increased critical rate, and you really want to pair her with hero characters for freeze reaction to get the maximum benefit of this set. I also suggest you to have 2 cryo characters in your party. With this setup, your Ayaka already has at least 40 to 60% critical rate, which is already pretty decent. The second artifact is Shimenawa Reminiscence. One of Ayaka's main strength is her normal and charge attack, because they get boosted after using your elemental skill. So to enhance this effect further, you can use Shimenawa set. The 4 stats effect is gonna increase your normal and charge attack by 50%, which is a lot. The weaknesses for this set are: first, you need to search for critical rate and damage artifact. You won't be able to use your burst that often because 15 energy consumption. One way to fix this problem is by using Amenoma Kageuchi. Another thing you need to pay attention to is the boost lasts for 10 seconds and won't be triggered again until it's off. Ayaka elemental skill cooldown is 9 seconds, so remember not to use her elemental skill immediately. Wait for 1 or 2 seconds before casting your elemental skill after cooldown. Or even easier, simply switch to another character for a while, then go back to your Ayaka. And the third artifact, Emblem of Severed Fate. This may seem strange for Ayaka, and yes, I agree, but if you happen to have nice artifact for this set and don't want to farm for Blizzard Strayer because you don't need Heart of the Depth, then this can be good alternative as long as you able to maintain critical rate and critical damage ratio 1 to 2. Okay, Ayaka needs 80 energy to use her burst, so more energy recharge is not bad for her. I suggest you have like 200% energy recharge if you want to use this set. This way you have 50% elemental burst damage boost, which is great. One sword I recommend you to use is Sacrificial Sword R5. That sword will help you to reach high energy recharge, so you can use critical rate head artifact to maintain good ratio on your critical rate and damage ratio. Okay, and By having that sword, I believe you can reach 200% Agi recharge easily, and yes, that sword also able to trigger your elemental skill twice in a row. So yes, very easy to use your burst. The fourth one, Gladiator's Finale. This one is about the same as Shimenawa. The boost is smaller, but you don't need to worry about energy consumption. And yes, the effects last forever, even when it's not problem on previous artifact. But there are two weaknesses. The first weakness is there is no dungeon to farm this artifact. So yes, you can farm boss, but I really don't advise that. Okay, if you if you get good artifacts, then good. If you don't, then don't force yourself beating bosses. Okay, and the second is yes, the boost is only for normal attack. So if you prefer to use charge attack, this one is not for you. Okay, and the last artifact is Echoes of an Offering. The artifact only boosts your normal attack damage. And to get the most of this artifact, you need to have high attack speed, like Ayato. So Ayaka attack speed is simply normal, okay, unless of course you pair her with characters like Jin and C6 Yunjin, then she will have fast attack speed. And yes, if your attack speed is simply normal, I believe you want to use charge attack. In that case, this Echoes of an Offering is not useful for Ayaka. And let me remind you that to farm this artifact, you need to farm on very niche dungeon, only for, yes, Xiao and Ayato. And this is not the best Ayato artifact in my opinion, so I don't think it's worth to farm this artifact. Okay, and those are the best artifact sets for Ayaka. Until you manage to get all those 4 sets effect, you can try to combine 2 sets of artifacts. For example, 2 Blizzard Slayer plus 2 Shimenawa, which gives you cryo damage and attack boost. With that combination, you get boost for your damage on all attack type. Okay, very nice early combination, I think. There is an unreleased artifact set called Glacier and Snowfield, but I don't think the 4 sets effects are good for Ayaka. I think the set is meant for cryo casters who have a strong one-hit burst type. Yeah, just think like Hu Tao, okay, but maybe it's cryo element. Okay, this way you can get maximum boost for your melt or superconduct reaction. As for Ayaka, her burst is multiple hits attack, so it's not optimum for her. But that's just my opinion, okay? So that's all for the recommended artifacts for Ayaka. Farm Blizzard Slayer, you don't need to worry about Glacier Snowfield because like I said, it is not that compatible for Ayaka. Okay, please like the video if you find it useful. Subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the newest Genshin Impact video from this channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.